Hello and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I'm Christine Churchill. Last week, we talked about your team being burned out. And remember, your customers are burned out too. So not only you manage your team, the people that are burned out, but also so your customers. And one of the things that we can do to help people who are feeling like they're struggling, where they're in overwhelm, or maybe they feel like they're in a dark or hopeless place, is to provide empathy. So if you are customer facing, providing empathy to your customers and your team members, and if you are more in a managerial position or a leadership role, providing empathy to those around you at your organization and that you support, because we hear a lot about needing to be empathetic, but empathetic is quite different than sympathy. And so what's the difference? So empathy is really about connecting with other people, bringing yourself to a place to feel what they're feeling, tapping into something that's happened to you that brought you to that same place that it brought where they are now. You can really feel and understand, and they can feel that you understand. It builds a connection with them. It's not you trying to fix it. It's not you trying to turn it into a silver lining. It's really just appreciating that they shared with you, that they're vulnerable with you, or that you understand, that you can really put yourself in that position. We can all tap into things that have brought us to a place that's similar, even if it's not exactly the same. And you don't want to give sympathy where all you're doing is trying to solve the issue. That doesn't build a connection. So when we're talking about your customers, we want you to be empathetic, build those long-term relationships, and you want to show how much you actually care about them as people and as customers. And showing sympathy just doesn't build that. Do they want you to resolve their issue? Of course, but the issue is different than how they're feeling. So they might have an issue, but they're also feeling a certain way. So you need to take yourself to their feelings and what they're understanding, and then also solve that issue, not solve their feelings. So when I'm saying, hey, be empathetic and don't solve their problem, I'm not saying don't solve what they've contacted you for. I'm saying don't try and solve their feelings. Don't try and make that better, because your words aren't going to make their situation or their feelings about a situation change. But you can bring yourself to showing that you understand how that is making them feel. And they can feel that from you, whether that's genuine or not. So something to think about, something to try and practice if you're not doing it already. And I do think that sometimes we can all be better at it. We're often very rushed in things that we're doing, and trying to take the time to really connect with others, especially in the workplace, might even feel awkward to a lot of us, but it is important. It actually brings out the best in your team and in your customers, and really builds those relationships. And once people feel safe around you or with your company, the sky's the limit with what they can produce and do for you and what they want to do for you. And also, what they say about your organization and how they do business with you. So empathy goes a long way. That's my thought for today. And we'll talk about this a little bit further in our COVID series, our 3-week COVID webinar series. So there is a link here. If you still want to enroll, there are some spots. So we hope to see you there. And that's my thought for this week. Take care.